All right, here we are again. It's Thursday. Woohoo! The never-ending live stream. Look at us. We're live again. Mike's side's got the new emojis out. All right, let's see. Let's get the ads on because we want to make $5 from our live stream. How much money do you think these live streams actually make? Hold on, let me test one from like 4 days ago. Let's go to analytics. It made no revenue according to this. All right, well, that's good. Wait, let me try one that's a bit older. Let's try this one from way back over here. How about this one? This one made a whole $1. Wow, crazy. Rich. I think that's ad revenue that gets made after the stream though. All right, let me go ahead and pop in this menu. So for the stream today, we just show off the breaks. Let me close this. Let me open up the chat here. Let's give it a title. Today's title, Smoking an Oddish Together. Smoking Oddish. Hey, wait, let's do an Oddish break. Duh. Today, Donald Trump changes marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug, which I guess we'll go over that, what that means. We'll say Cubone is sad and wants Cubone waiting to be adopted, waiting for adoption. Smoking Oddish break, Cubone waiting for adoption, and what should be the last thing? OP13 box break, live card shop. All right. I don't think we need to say live card shop. Let's say save. There we go. Wait, it happened? Yeah, I believe it happened, yes. So we've got some Oddishes. We like to keep Oddishes around to celebrate 420. But I suppose we should celebrate 1218 because they just changed it at the federal level. They just changed weed to be a lower drug offense. Let me look it up. I got to look it up. I got to know more about it. Let's see. What is a Schedule 3 drug? Oh, I knew what I was asking right away. Let's see. Moderate to low potential for physical dependency. High potential for psychological dependence. Let's see. Key characteristic: dependence, medical use. Example: Tylenol with codeine, ketamine, anabolic steroids. Prescription can be refilled. Regulation requires specific Okay, so what? It's in the same category as anabolic steroids and Tylenol with codeine. Okay. I mean, I think that that makes a lot of sense, perhaps. All right, let me go ahead and put this away. Very good. Wow, what a strange day. Let me go get this Oddish. We should have made Oddish the thumbnail. I think I have an Oddish over here somewhere. I'll try to find it real fast. He would go in the O box. Check Discord really quick. Oh, okay. Tammy says, ho, ho, ho. Am I allowed to add English CHGPKPR to every pack? Yeah, actually, I think that was something I was talking about doing. So I noticed on the One Piece products, the Japanese would say Japanese in the title, but the English ones didn't say English. So the buyer has to assume it's English. And I was just thinking maybe it shouldn't be designed that way. Okay, so here is the Oddish. This is not any Oddish. This is actually a Yukimori, and it's from Hidden Legends, which is a Gold Star era set, if you didn't know that. And so it's actually a pretty cool Oddish when you think about it. There he is. Very cute. So this shall be the break for today. I was thinking of maybe signing it. That's what we do on 420. So, but this isn't 420. This is 12, 18, 25. Let's see. What should we say? We could say Schedule 3. Hold on, let me open up this as well. Give me a second here. Should I just sign it? Nothing else? I mean, the signature is fine. Okay, let me go ahead and pause this. Oddish looking like a member berry, the berry Kush break. It's no longer in the same classification as heroin, meth, and crack. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty extreme, isn't it? That's pretty extreme. So here we go. We'll say 12, 18, 25. You only get one shot to do this. We can say schedule 3. Or we could just sign it. Schedule 3. All right, there we go. Kind of had to, I normally go higher on the, but I couldn't do that because it was underneath that thing there. So the signature looks a bit different. All right, so that's it. We do a little signature on there with the date to commemorate the changing of weed. And as you all know, Oddish is the weed Pokemon. So we like that. Should Chinese be CH or CN? Ooh, that's a good question. You know, I think most people will recognize CH, don't you think? Yeah, I think most people will recognize CH. Tammy's making some website edits, guys. I told her she could get, we're actually going to tip her some money for that, but also we're going to give her some guaranteed spots in some of the giveaways too. It'd be nice. Oh, weird. Where's the Pokédex? No Pokédex? I guess the new card, the cards from this time period didn't have a Pokédex on it. Okay. Usually the Pokédex description. Oh, what the hell is this music, dude? Dude, sometimes this music's terrible. So this was supposed to be saved for 4/20/26. We're going to have to grade some Oddish cards to get ready for 4/20/26 because we just spent this one. I think of Cartoon Network when I see CN. Yeah, it's a good one. All right. So there we have it. And let's go ahead and grab this. I don't know how big of a weed culture we have here in the group. I myself don't really do much weed. But, you know, I respect that other people do. And Oddish, again, is the weed Pokemon. So let's get a weed break going on the day that weed has been rescheduled from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Okay. It's so weird that Trump did it. Don't you agree? Isn't that weird that he did that? He's a conservative. I think it shows... Now, wait a second. We need a price for this Oddish, don't we? He probably is worth about $100. Okay, that's probably the cost. Let's take a quick look. PSA 10, Hidden Legends, Oddish. Hidden Legends Oddish. Here he is. Oh, that's a 9, though. So there's a 9 listed for sale for $70. That's quite a lot, actually. So maybe he's about $140. Oh my gosh, on December 12th, which was about a week ago, the exact same card sold. Here it is. Of course, wait a second. Maybe that one's a reverse holo. I can't tell. Let me look at it a little closer. So that's a CGC 10 for $130. Yeah, it's actually pretty hard to get a good price on this. We're going to go with maybe like 140. What does 140 divide by? Could do 160. That seems a bit high, though, doesn't it? We could do a 160 with a partial star spot, though. Let's see, 140 divided by 40. That's 3.5. 140 divided by 35. So it divides evenly by 35. Let's do that. Okay. So why 140? Because 140 is twice the amount of $70. Okay. $35, 1 in 4. There's no star spot. And how do I draw a marijuana flower? Should I do EN Pokemon pack name or just EN pack name? Ooh, you know, it's curious. The English version of the set already has a distinctive name, doesn't it? But not for all sets. Some sets have the exact same name, like Pokemon Go. I guess EN pack name is probably better. Yeah. I guess if the title's too large, it might start to look a bit cumbersome to the viewer. But yeah, it's so curious. You know, for something like One Piece, saying EN OP13 is really helpful. But for Pokemon, it's not necessary as much. All right, so the weed flower. It has 5 leaves. Is that right? About 5 leaves? All right, so let's try this. I'm not an artist, guys. Okay. And then there's a flower that goes out here. And then a flower that goes out here. All right, there we go. That does not look like a weed symbol. All right, so there we go. We've got the Oddish break. We've got the Cubone break. Poor Cubone. Nobody's taking Cubone home. Poor Cubone. We're doing the Oddish break early to celebrate weed being reclassified as a Schedule 3 drug. Your weed Pokemon evolved into a Budmon and learned the move Smokeout. Budmon already knows 4 of the moves. Delete 1 in the room for Smokeout. For Smokeout. Edward is not in the same classification as heroin anymore. Trump isn't a conservative. That's what I was kind of implying. So I was implying that he's a bit of a strange politician. He's in the conservative party, but I mean, he doesn't really strike me as a Christian. And then he's like on his 3rd wife. Pretty sure he had sex with the corn star, and he's making weed not illegal, I suppose, but like definitely not as punishable. All right, so we have to help our friend Mr. Connor here. Connor is next. Connor is asking questions about shipping. He's having trouble with this shipping. Let's look into it. Oh, by the way, I caught our USPS lady and told her about our issue of scanning the cards. She says she scans all the labels. And so she told me I should call USPS, the postal office. All right, let's look up Connor. Here's Connor Morin. It just says shipping label created, USPS awaiting item since December 8th. It's now been 10 days. Okay, let me just talk back to him. All right, so he had bought some Crown Zenith, some Prismatic. All right, so I'm going to respond to him. I remember printing the label and handing it to Alexis. This is why I initially wasn't very concerned. Also, yes, 8 days is pretty long. Oh, hold on. 10 days is longer than usual, but it does happen. I have seen shipments take as long as 15 days even. So right now, I'm recommending that we give it more time. It will suck if it doesn't make it. No, I'm not going to say that part. 10 days is longer than usual, but it does happen. I've seen shipments take as long as 15 days. What makes me confident that it has gone out is that your stuff isn't in the room. So most likely this is a case of USPS not scanning the label until it's delivered. All right. Okay, so I've responded to Mr. Connor, who's concerned about his shipping because USPS tracking is not updating, which is really annoying. It would really help if that was not an issue because they don't update enough. When an item takes too long to arrive and there's no update to the tracking, people think that it's been lost or stolen. But in this case, it just might be not be getting updated. So it's really annoying. Mr. Austin, I see you sent in an order. Oh, that reminds me. Let me go ahead and add the website to our live chat. The website is getting pretty popular. There you go. We're going to pin this. There we go. So a lot of our orders are coming in through the website, even though the website doesn't necessarily have all of the items we sell on it yet. Okay, so first order we have is Mr. Tizay. Wow, I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen you, Mr. Tizay. He says 2 spots in the Oddish break. God bless America and God bless weed. Wow, 2 spots, huh? There's only a total of 4 spots. So Tizay by himself is taking up a 50% shot on the Oddish. Good luck in there, man. Okay. Yeah, I've tried weed twice now. I had it once where I just kind of got a little bit high, and then I tried it once where I got super, super high, like I smoked a ton of it. And it didn't really impress me. Like, it didn't make me think, oh, yeah, I'm going to die from this. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get it, the whole changing the scheduling of it and all that. Seems like something we could have done a long time ago, in fact. And it's, in a way, it's sort of strange to me that there's still states that don't allow it. Your local post office is terrible with initial scans. I think it has happened 1 to 2 times in all the shipments I've had. I'm going to call them as well. So the lady who does pick up our packages, she says she always scans them. So I think my next step is I do have to call USPS and complain. Yeah, man, blaza the ganja. What? Let's try out these new emojis. So what's the new emoji? So now we've got, I think it's called Santa Mahi. Isn't that right? Is this Santa Mahi? Oh, and Fat Santa or something like that. There we go. It will be legal one day in all 50 states. Yeah, sure. You know, alcohol has been legal this whole time. In my mind, it's just kind of like alcohol. That's it. It just kind of messes with your brain a bit. Gives you a buzz, maybe some dopamine. All right. Now, let's see what's next. Thanks, Mr. Tizay. Who is next for today? We have Jesus Aguilera OP13 break. Yes, so we have a box of OP13 being broken. Yesterday, I dropped a huge amount of money to acquire one more case of OP13 English. I mean, it's just eye-wateringly expensive. But we bought it. It was Mr. Whipple's comments about how the first print wave likely has an error card in it that won't exist in the next print wave. All right. There we go. All right, we can turn this music up, I think. Okay, website's been updated. We'll make more edits later tonight. Gotta head to work. Have a nice day, Miss Tammy. Tammy's busy, man. Okay. We're hitting refresh on the website. Mr. My Love. My Love? When did I become My Love? I got 7 MS-70 Silver Eagles today, and it made me think of how sweet you are. Sweeter than chocolate. What? Mister, does shipping to PSA matter if it's through FedEx or USPS? I think the label I bought was FedEx, apparently, but I used USPS. Oh, I don't know. Maybe USPS will deliver the package to their P.O. box address? I don't know. That's a great question. I've never made that mistake. Here's an Austin Albert. He says he will also jump into the Oddish break. So Oddish is quite close to the end. Oh, Oddish. Oddish and I were friends for a long time because we were saving him for 420. Hello, says Mr. Steven. Hey, what's up, Steven? Okay, this goes in here. There's been some interesting news today. I woke up and immediately got a news story that Australian intelligence intercepted a would-be second terrorist attack on Bondi Beach. Anyways, that's what I've heard. I think they're still investigating exactly what it was. But I saw photos of it, and it looked, you know, not so great. It looked like it could have been. Looked like that was the intention. Like maybe the goal was to, I don't know, maybe attack a funeral procession. Who knows what it is. I've heard of that, by the way. I've heard of that in places like in places like Iran, where they'll host a funeral celebration and people will attack the funeral because all the loved ones of the dead will be there. So it's like it's a good target in a sense. But I don't know what the update on that will be. It's caught my interest. It's pretty crazy. Here's Ancient Origins. What else happened today? Did anything else happen today? I guess we're doing a gigantic blockade of Venezuela to get some oil. Here's John Lucas with the pink dragon. Oh, cute. This didn't sell the first time. I wonder if he'd like it lowered. They should have rejected it. Rejected? Rejected what? I ain't rejected nothing. I'm surprised they didn't reject it at the post office. Oh, the FedEx thing. Oh, so you're saying you gave USPS a box meant to go to FedEx. Now I understand what you're talking about. So most like, I actually had this happen. USPS has something that they call, I guess, like the mail stream. And I had a situation similar to yours. And they said what they do is all of the mail with the wrong label gets put into kind of like a pile, essentially, in one of their big hubs. And eventually, on a not so certain schedule, eventually FedEx will come and pick that up. So you should be perfectly fine. I had that happen, and I turned out fine. They should have rejected it. I didn't know PSA was usually just through FedEx shipping. Who's smoking the Oddish in here? Anybody jumping in this break is smoking the Oddish in here. Here it is. We got an Oddish break. Here's Dragonite. Ooh, yeah. Tammy Dragonite, huh? Cool. There's Cubone. So we're still working on the consignment slabs. We've sold a couple consignment slabs. They are selling. Okay. Probably because we're getting some fresh prices on them and people are getting to see them up close, which always helps. I'm hitting the Pennifer Lopez. What? Let me hit refresh. I ran out of Oddish. We are. Yeah, Karis has a little weed pen, but it ran out of battery. Yes. Mr. Austin. Oddish break. We already serviced that one. All right, so let me focus on the table then, shall we? So today, the breaks that we're paying attention to are these two and one more. Where is it? Here it is. The trade break. So the trade break is 3 spots away. It's a $5 break. In fact, you don't even have to spend money to get into it. It's called the trade break because you can get into it by giving me cards that you don't want. I'm accepting of a lot of different cards, so feel free to give it a try. Here's the Oddish break with 1 spot left, $35. And the Cube Master Ball Cubone break with 3 spots remaining. So these are all pretty small breaks. You, of course, have the live customs. You have the Poke Shuffles. Those are options as well. This is kind of a channel where we go through a lot of slabs, and a lot of it is just breaks. So those are Pokemon slabs. We probably need a wider variety of slabs. One of the things that's standing out to me with One Piece doing so well, might be time to get some One Piece slabs up here too, you know. But we have had One Piece slabs up here. The problem is they don't last very long. They're usually gone pretty quickly. So what's this? We've got a Lugia. That's great. Lugia's great. Here's a Sabo. He's great. Here's a Darkrai. He's pretty good. Let's take down these 4. Let's not take down this one yet. Mr. and everyone lost smoking some Oddish right now. Okay, let's see. I'm sure people are celebrating. Let's see. You think they would have just done that during the previous administration? It was a Democrat administration. They were not able to do it, and it makes you wonder why. Like, was there a really good reason why they couldn't do it? I want to move this channel back up. I brought the news channel back into Discord. You know why? It's because I'm always posting these, like, I'm always posting the news, and it just doesn't feel like it belongs in general chat. But here's the rule for myself. I don't want to get as involved in the political side of the conversation, so I'll just post news, stay away from debate to some degree. All right, let me go ahead and take a picture of these. But it kind of shows you what's on my mind that day. Okay. Boop. Very nice. Oh boy, can't wait for the fireworks again. Last time, I think we got in a big fight with, if you recall, Super Dan, and he said some things that were definitely not okay. So he said some things that were inappropriate. And this time, it won't happen because I just won't talk that much. Problem solved. But I think I've had the news channel, what, like, how many times have I had that news channel? Like 4 times now. Here's Charmander. Here's Charizard. I like the Charizard too. The Charizard's really nice. Here's Master Chief, Master Queef. Here's Uraku. We got Taiwanito. Here's the Squirtle. Oh, these are all non-commission. There we go. There's a commission card. So that says 350, and it's a John Lucas card. Okay. Deedlit. I feel like Deedlit's not going to sell. Super Dean got a super band. Yeah. We are. Okay, let me go ahead and zoom in here. There we go. Very nice. Okay, we'll grab these. Very good. I'll take that Charmander for 20. Slide it to me. You want me to keep the Charmander out? I'll put that right there. Okay. Very nice. Ooh. Clearing up the table a little bit there. All right. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. We like Thursdays. Edward B. Cornelio says he'll take another spot in the OP13. You got it, man. I like Edward's orders. His orders come in through ZELLE. Did you know ZELLE's the only, what would you call it, payment processing website or app? It's the only one that doesn't charge me a fee. So I really like ZELLE. PayPal has the worst fee. Most payments are through PayPal. Damn it, PayPal. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ivan? How are you today? Hope you're feeling a little bit better, Mr. Ivan. Here's, I'll click over here. Was that TCC Charizard English or Japanese? That one was actually Korean. Okay. I'm going to hit refresh on this. Thoughts on Pokemon leasing out a huge warehouse in North Carolina? Yeah, so that is a sign that they're going to be able to increase their printing capacity in the future. I know what you're talking about. I saw that story too. I believe it was an article on PokeBeach. And the only problem with it is I don't think it's going to be in operation for like 2 more years, right? Isn't that right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not going to be in operation like tomorrow. And so in that time period, when a Pokemon card set releases, presumably they'll have enough product on the shelves at Walmart and Target that the scalpers can't make as much money. Because really, Pokemon's the ultimate scalper. They're supposed to be making the money. And it is a problem that every time they release a product, there's just not enough of it. And so this could really change the landscape of modern Pokemon card collecting over time. We'll find out. But I think Pokemon's definitely acknowledging that they have a consistent undersupply at release, and this leads to a scalping sort of environment. And they're going to break it up if they manage to print enough. They'll destroy the scalping if they print enough. Evic says next year. Super Dan got banned. Was about the people that caused the towers? No. He and I were having some debate, I suppose, in a news channel that was pretty much a politics channel. But the problem is, Dan started saying some really inappropriate things. I don't think I can go into detail about it, but it's, has to do with like personal security and stuff like that. And it was like, bro, what are you doing? And that was it. So he was out as soon as he did that. And it was just really bad. I was like, what came over you? But I think that's a funny thing. If there was no news channel to talk in, it never would have happened probably. Because I think when people get into political conversation, it gets so heated, you say or do something that, you say or do something that you regret later. So that was it. Here we go. All right, the scalping, yes. Did you see NASCAR night? Greg Biff and family died in the plane crash. I did hear about that. It's sad, and yet I want to say somewhat predictable. How many private plane crashes have there been recently? Like so many. How many charter planes and small jets and just, the kind of stuff that you get because you got enough money, you want to be cool and fly on your own airplane. Fly commercial, man. But, I guess people don't want to fly commercial. It's less convenient. When you're really, really, really wealthy, what do you want most of all in life? I guess the answer for a lot of people is they want their own airplane. And I don't blame them. It's an aspiring thing to have. But, man, your odds of crashing just seem to go so far up. I mean, How many people have we lost to helicopter crashes, private helicopter crashes, private airplane crashes? You just hear about it constantly. And you hear about it so much, at some point you got to be like, well, maybe you guys need to stop using those. Like, what's the solution? You got to have a solution. You can say, oh, that's too bad, but it's not exactly like being struck by lightning. See, lightning is this thing you have no control over, but you don't have to fly in private airplanes and private helicopters just because you're a rich guy. You can just go fly commercial, and commercial airplanes seem to be more consistent, if you ask me. And then you got guys like Jeff Bezos. They probably have private jets that are so big and so well maintained with like a gigantic crew, they can truly afford private jets. You know what I mean? They probably have it at a different level than, let's say, an athlete, right? Athlete or sports celebrity. So you got guys like Jeff Bezos have a private jet on another level. All right, look at that, like Air Force One level. Do you think it's true the Brown shooter killed the MIT professor? Are they covering for Mossad? Hee hee. The Mossad! I don't know. I guess it's possible. I suspect not. I suspect they're not connected. It seems a bit odd to me. Let's see. I suspect, I was learning about the person who died, and it was some cute girl, and it was some Republican girl. She was vice president of the Republican Party. And I would not be surprised if she was targeted for either A, being a cute girl, or B, being vice president of the Republican Party, one or the other. But that doesn't explain the other guy that got shot too. So I guess it's really hard to say. But yeah, I honestly don't know the motives of the shooter. And it's not good to speculate too much until you've caught him and you can actually interrogate him and find out what it is. So I don't like to say for sure what it is because, you know, you need time to find out. Here's Mr. Jack. He says, for trade break number 1 spot, and for me, and 2 for the next 2 custo. Oh, I think Jack is saying, I'd like a break spot in the trade break, and I'm going to give out 2 spots as a gift. Is that right, Jack? Let me write you on the giveaway list. We have a giveaway list where we find out who gave away what. That's the December list. Are you already on it? Okay. I'm going to create a new listing for you. Thanks, Jack. You can donate to me. You can donate to a friend. You can do a giveaway. Any of those things will trigger you going onto this list here. See? So now it says you gave 10. At the end of the month, we add it all up, and we get to see how much has been given away over time. All right. It's been a hard past few days this week. Will be mom resting. Yeah, you mentioned that. I'm sorry to hear about that, man. Here's Jack Woodworth. Here we are. I was mentioning I sort of lost my grandma when I was a kid on Christmas Eve itself. And so I kind of saw also how that affected my mom. So, yeah, that was pretty tough. You know, it's hard to lose a loved one. Give one to Ivan. Okay, we'll do that. One for Ivan. Ivan R. Okay. And let's see. I was trying to remember some people who have also lost parents. I know it was maybe last year, Mr. Sven Jansen, he actually lost his dad. So it's weird. I've been doing this long enough now that I've seen a couple of... Tyler Davis would be next. I'm going to fill it out right now. Tyler Davis, congratulations. By the way, Ivan was going to get that spot either way, it looks like. So you were set up to get that, Mr. Ivan. All right. So that's the trade break. Let's allow the trade break to go off right now. We are. If I do this job for another 10 years, I'll probably hear even more stories, to be honest. And it's tough. Here we go. He said one is for Ivan. All right. Please use one of those spots for Ivan. Anyone keeping up Candace Owens and TP USA? They're saying something about a rental car that was in both places, so there's a loose connection. Crazy. Crazy if it's true. Yeah, I mean, man, that'd be nuts, man. MIT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. The trade break is over. So the trade break works very different from other breaks. It's It's much faster. It doesn't take very long. We basically just flip one of these cards over, and that's who it's going to be. Oh, it's a giveaway. Cool. Wait, I don't think I'm supposed to be in that. Okay. To figure out by now that planes would be so safe that in the event of a crash, it wouldn't be all that dangerous for the passengers. Have you seen Welcome to Derry? I've not seen Welcome to Derry. All right, there we go. We shuffled them up a bit. Give me a number. I like to hide them, too. I don't know why. I feel like it makes it harder to guess where, whose name is where. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. We just need a number. 4? Okay, Cricket Jim says 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. So, to decide who pulls this, we just take this card off the top. Matthew T. Oh, yeah, Matthew T. There we go. I'm going to put his name on the back. Okay, that was still a really nice thing, Mr. Jack. And it finished the break off. And look, there's a little piece of hair in there. I don't know what kind of hair that is, huh? Okay, let's get that out of there. All right. Probably just hair from my head. All right, we'll put this over here. Ta-da! Thank you, everyone. And I suppose we should create a link to this stream and point out that the break is over. So we're going to go over to current breaks. And we're going to say mouse hold trade break over 37 minutes. Cool. Mouse hold is done, and that means we also get to pick a new break. Guys like the videos. So we get to pick a new trade break. We tend to just pick something. It's nothing too crazy. Usually it's something kind of cheap. That's really expensive for a 9. $50. Oh, that's nice. That's expensive, though. This one's kind of cool. The Recall. Vintage Recall, $39. $35, I should say. So this is a vintage trainer from Gym 1. Could it regrade into a 10, I wonder? Got a 9, huh? After today, I'm going to be away for a while, but I will always watch after. But be here for a little. We'll be here for a long time, so you come back whenever you would like to. There it is. Mister, I sent a Discord. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take a look. So I like this card because it's so strange. You got Slowpoke here, and they've got some neurological device on him. Oh, that's Slowbro. You can see his shell in the background. So that's Slowpoke with some sort of neurological device, and it's called Recall. Are they trying to have him remember something? So weird. Underappreciated vintage trainer cards. Okay, we'll zoom on that one. Okay. 5, 1 in 7. I like that card. Just a cute card. Once again, it's designed so that you know that there's always a card ready to be traded toward. If you got junk in your bag, I'd be happy to help you remove it from your bag. You can trade all kinds of things. I'm looking to get about $5 worth of cards from you. Okay. Now let's take a look at this order. We have a pretty big Ivan Rodriguez order. And we're going to jump over here and see what he has to say. He's got a couple cards in mind. Oh, he bought the actual Charmander. So he was ahead of you, Mr. Tyler Davis. He got that Charmander first. Wow. All right, so Charmander, we're going to start there. That's a Jimmy card as well. Sniped. Ugh. One picture of my baby doggy. Lobotomy Bro. Total Recall featuring Slowbro. Okay, let's go grab the Jimmy Torres card. Boop. This is supposed to be Christmas music, but it doesn't feel like Christmas music. Nintendo Christmas music, my booty cheeks. All right, we're going to round down this time. We rounded up last time. So we're going to say 86. All right, Jimmy Torres, 86. Ivan Rodriguez, that's completed. This song sounds kind of Christmassy. All right, so next we've got Lunala. That'll be in the L box. Okay. This will take a minute, guys. It's a pretty big slab order. Wait, let me look at everything in case there's more from this box. So then we got a Veltal. That'll be from box 3. Solgaleo is box... Oh, those are actually the 9 box. That's a 9 box, 9 box. And what about this one? Is this one also? Okay. So the Lunala is just going to be here in the L box. All right, let's see. Set that there. Hello, mister. I just got my delivery from you, says Zanduki. Aw, yeah. Good to hear, Mr. Zanduki. Great packaging. You know, I hear that all the time. That would be Miss Alexis doing the packaging. How cool is that? Ooh, this Persian's expensive. So she's doing a good job. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay, there's Lunala. Nice. She must be doing a good job because I hear a lot of praise. All right. Ooh, I don't know. I had used the last of my PayPal credit before the end of the month. There we go. Some weed Ivan. I've heard it helps with heart pain. I don't know if that's true. Dr. Alex, huh? There you go. I think I've heard it races. It makes your heart race a little bit. So here's a Veltal, Solgaleo, Energy Recycle, Mew. Now is that Mew a blue label? Yeah, the Mew's a blue label. Okay, and then Slacking, and he's not a blue label. All right, let's get it. Now this box is pretty heavy. There's a lot of slabs in here. Let's move this off to the side like this. All right. Ah, here's the Solgaleo right away. Found him. Okay. Let's see, we're looking for the Energy and the Slaking. Ah, here's the Energy Retrieval. Energy Recycle System. Got this. Be nice if we... Oh, we've got a second Oddish right there. Look, see? I'll put that in the O box, actually. That belongs in the O box. Drugs are banned. Weed can be used for training as it does increase heart rate. So you train with it, you can compete a bit harder without it. Mr. Ivan's also asking for a Pikachu. You got it. Okay, let's see. Keep an eye out for this Pikachu. All right. I feel like that card's really nice. That card needs to go off to the PSA vault or something. Oh, where can my Slaking be? Oh, where can he be? This is going to be one of those where I have to go to the very bottom. Look at this. Got a nice Jungle Pikachu right here. That's a nice one. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, where can it be? Oh, man, I can't find them. Dude, we got a lot of slabs in the PSA 9 box, notably. Guess it kind of makes sense. That's kind of how it works, doesn't it? Much easier for a card to grade 9. And they sell slower. Okay. What, is it going to be at the very bottom of the box or something? Is he even in here? Better be in here because we found the Energy Recycle right away. Maybe he's up on the table. Is he up on the... Maybe not. All right. All right, so he's not even in this last pile. So we either missed him or he's not here, one or the other. Or he's on the table still. Could be on the table still. All right, we're looking for Slaking, and we're looking for a McDonald's Pikachu. That McDonald's Pikachu, I'm pretty sure, is not there anymore. I think that's a sold one. If it was still in the channel, I apologize. It should have been removed. Looking for Slaking as well. Slacking. This around. I'll do two Twilight Masquerade for the 28 cent. 2 Twilight Masquerade. Perfect. That's what we're going to do. If we can't find McDonald's Pikachu, I recommend that Jungle Pikachu as a potential substitute. Unless you've already got one. Let's see. Here's a nice Raichu as well. He's a nice substitute potentially. Well, he's a 6 though. Let's see. Looking for any kind of nice substitutes. But yeah, I didn't see the Slacking. Weird. Wonder if I put him in the wrong box. That's what happens, guys. If I don't mark something as sold or I missort it, we have to go through the whole box to discover it's not in there. Oops. Also, this shows you the sheer volume of slabs we have. We have a ridiculous amount. This is all posted in our Discord server, by the way. Press conference canceled for shooting. Interesting. For the Brown shooting? Meaning that they thought they had something and now they don't? I keep missing the Burger Chew. I'm going to have more of them, I promise. I'm going to have more. I've got more to grade. Just real quick, let me see if the Slacking's in here, by the way. Now, let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing him in here either. All right, so I believe now that the Slacking's been sold or something happened to him. He's already gone. I'm going to go mark him off in the channel, okay? Boy, that is slow. It's really important that they get marked off, huh? What could have happened, I wonder? Let's go through here. So we're going to say Solgaleo. Sold. That's updated. We're going to say Yveltal. Sold. We're going to say Energy Retreat Recycle. Sold. All right. We're going to say Pikachu sold. Pikachu sold. Sorry about that. I'm sorry it was still in there. Come on. Let's see. It's on the table. Oh, okay. Good. Let me just see if there was anything else we needed to mark off. I'm glad to hear that. I'm going to say Caterpie sold. He's not actually sold. He's just being removed. Okay, any others? I think we got them all. All right, good. So the Caterpie shall be sent off to the vault. He's actually a rare card. Even though he's not a 10, he's not a junky card. He's this is quite rare. Down he goes. He needs to be sent to the vault. Okay. Mister, where can I send you my information for you to mail the stuff I bought you? Hey, what's up, Pack a Flip? So if you need shipping, shipping is normally $9 per shipment. And you can send me your email or your shipping address to TheCardconomist@gmail.com. So take a screenshot of that if you need to. All right, so you're saying Slacking's up here somewhere, huh? Hey, guys, still looking for it. Oh, yeah, there's the Oddish break. Thank you for the quick reply and constant help regarding this. I'll keep you posted. Mine's out for the package. Ooh, boy, I hope that guy's package arrives. I don't think he had too much in it, luckily. I don't see him. I don't see the slacking. I think the slacking is not going to be available. Unless he's in the, unless he's like up here. Could he be in the Poke Shuffles? I don't think he's in the Poke Shuffles. Somebody might have bought him already. Weirdly. I don't remember anyone buying him. I do remember him, but I don't remember anyone buying him. Our system has failed us, everybody. We don't know where the slacking is. Ugh. Where did you get him from? Actually, I don't remember seeing him in the 9s and lower channel. He wasn't like a consignment slab or something, was he? Oh, he's a consignment slab. He's a consignment slab. I could not see that that was blue ink. Oh, my God. That's all I needed to know. He's a consignment slab. My God. All right. The picture does not show off the blue ink well enough. I even zoomed in when we were looking. There it is. Wow. That took 2 seconds, actually. The system did not fail me. I need a different system. Maybe they should be orange or something. All right. We used to have names next to it on the side, so that made it easier to tell. I'll have to think that over. Okay. So here we have this much. We're missing the McDonald's Pikachu that you might have sent in for. And then also, we need to take care of this. This goes to NHCC. Okay. Hey, mister, just popping by for a sec to say hi and drop a like to see you in the nighttime stream. Cool, man. I will be there because it's Thursday night. You know what that means. Thursday night is actually Friday morning. Oops, smacking my phone there. And I don't like to miss Friday streams at all. Those are pretty big days. I could almost take a couple days off per week and just do it all on the weekend because that's when people spend the most. Okay, we're going to say 143 plus 29, which is 172. There it is, Mr. NHCC. Have you pulled the Twilight Greninja yet? We have pulled it before, yes. But have we pulled it recently? No. Ivan Rodriguez. So, by the way, this was not a small order. This was a $240 order. Thank you so much, Ivan. There it is. Is this Pokemon cards? Negative. This is My Little Pony. Rockstar Mahi opened some My Little Pony last night. You guys missed it. He was hanging out. We gave him a box, a booster, and a card. Just like he asked. Okay. That's some sold slabs there. Now, if you sent more for that Pikachu, I can turn that into store credit, or you can think of a substitute, okay? Whew. Let me just double check. Let me make sure that was the whole order. There's a lot of steps to that, because, you know, we got to make sure we carefully remove those from the, there we go. Somebody sent me a friend request on Discord. You know, we got to make sure we remove those from the channel. Speaking of which, let's remove the slacking. There it goes. Slacking is updated. Today, I didn't get to start as early as I wanted to. Como Internet was here. They're installing fiber internet to my home, so I was working with them for a little while. There we go. And then I was doing some other work. I was preparing a shipment to the PSA Vault. I'm shipping off some of my collection to PSA Vault, just pieces here and there, you know. And it's hard to do that. I really like to have my stuff with me, but, you know, I think it's worth the de-risking. Important changes to official shipping rates. Who's this? Weird. Okay. Now we've got Ivan completed and our friend Tyler Davis, who needs 2 Twilights. Okay, Tyler, 2 Twilights. Here they are. Missing the 2 new slabs. Did you give him the slab I bought? Let me take a quick look, Mr. Ivan. I've been saying I might be missing 2 slabs. Give me a second. We did get you the so the Charmander is correct. We got you the Charmander already. I just done it much earlier. So there it is, Charmander, Ivan Rodriguez. So Charmander is part of that group. I just did it at the very start. And then the McDonald's Pikachu, I was going to service it when I ran into it. I didn't know what you wanted to do with the McDonald's Pikachu, though. Or maybe you mean to say you sent in another order after that. Let me take care of Tyler first. He's waiting a real long time. Here you go, Mr. Tyler. I think he's saying Mew. Oh, yes, there's a Mew slab. Okay, no, you're right, actually. You're right, I forgot about that. The Mew's on the table, isn't he? He's one of the ones on the table. Tyler Davis. Here you go. And it is Goldeen Walking Wake. Any advice or lessons learned on setting parts of your collection in PSA Vault? It's a little nerve-wracking. They don't have a very good system for it right now, currently. There goes Mr. Tyler. You just sort of send your cards off to them and assume they're not stealing them. So, one day they'll probably create a better system and then more people will want to use it, presumably. I also don't think it's... So, Tyler, are we getting you a new bag? I think we're getting Tyler a new bag. I don't think PSA Vault is necessary for most people. It's useful for me because I actually have some expensive slabs that I don't really touch very often. Like, I might send them some of my booster pack slabs, and those just kind of sit around for years. And because of that, I think that they would make more sense sitting over there. But it's a little nerve-wracking letting someone else hold on to all your stuff. So I don't intend to send them all my stuff. There you go, Mr. Tyler. Damn, no Greninja. Hello, mister. Just sent you an email. Thank you very much for your time. No problem, man. Okay, back to Mr. Ivan Rodriguez. We missed the Mew. We can't miss the Mew. It's an important part of the order. It's a big part of the order. Okay. Oh, maybe the Mew's already in the consignment channel as well. Let's see. Well, we're just on a Pokemon card hunt today, aren't we? Here it is. Oh, next to this guy. Holy, bro. All right. One roll on the right. There we go. And there we go. Let me jump back over here to the consignment channel and point out that the Mew is sold. Here he is. We're going to say sold. There we go. And that's to Mark Valerian. Mr. Mark. Have you seen the app that you can scan a card and it tells you what grade you will get from PSA? I've not heard of that, but I imagine it doesn't do a perfectly good job. Okay, Mr. Mark. I don't know if Mark has a formal store credit card. I don't think he does. Actually, I think we're supposed to host a giveaway for Mark. He mentioned he wants to give away his MetaZoo cards. He's got some MetaZoo cards. Okay, all right, let me grab this. He's getting a fresh card. Mark's the one who's been doing like $1,000 worth of giveaways this month. Oh, that's a lot. And let's see. That's pretty shockingly generous. Looks like he's going to end up with $69 here. There we go. Mark is definitely the big homie right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. There it is. Now we got it all. That the Mew's a big deal because he's a big part of that order. All right. Whew. Now, who has waited the longest? Let's see. Mr. David Hernandez says, I have $10 credit for you to mail me them. So you would like a round of shipping then. Okay, let me mark this on red. So that was David mentioning he wants a round of shipping. We're going to hit refresh on the PayPal queue. We have a humongous John Lucas order, actually. 9 boxes of OP13. Oh, man. All right, let me go back to my supplier and ask for more OP14. All right, because I noted we were on our last case of OP14. We got the current case and one after that one. So we are just about sold out of that. So there's John Lucas waiting in queue, and he's waited 21 minutes. Let me check over here now. I'm checking the website. We want to get the oldest work done first. Okay, we have a Ben Garcia. He's waiting. Mr. Ben, his order is a $64 order. He wants 2 Poke Shuffles, 2 Japanese PRB2s, 5 of the Japanese OP10s, and 3 of the EB1s. All right, let's get it. So, Mr. Ben, how are you today? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I noticed that you went back to your previous name of Ben Garcia. That's good. We should stick to one name. It's a good idea. And then let's get those OP10s. They will be sitting in here. So after this, I believe we begin this really large John Lucas order. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. Don't forget to jump into the OP13 English box break. All right, now what else did he order? He ordered some PRB2s, which I'm storing way over here. Sent for the Pikachu. I'm on to you now, mister. I still think there's a slight chance of a romantic relationship. What? I don't know. Yep. All right. Oh. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And a round of shipping as well. Okay, cool. So a round of shipping. I've been saving myself for Tammy. Let's see. So I don't think that's going to fly. She's very possessive. All right, she gets jealous easily. Well, she sounded a little sus. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. There we go. So your Poke Shuffles are in. What do we got? Boop. 2 cold Poke Shuffles. I'm sorry, man. Nothing crazy popping out of the Poke Shuffles. Let's open up these. All right. Let's snip this. And we'll snip 2 of these. I'm offended. I thought I was your one and only. I've been waiting for years for Cactuar Queen to propose to me, but she keeps telling me that her investments are not performing as they should. And then she and I sing a musical number, and it's really sad, but then we break up because she's like Scrooge or something. Yo, ooh. You ever watch that? Did you watch that movie, Cactuar Queen, the Muppet Carol Christmas? Yeah. I rented your house a while back, but I didn't end up coming. Sucks for the waste, but it is what it is. Sucks for the waste? Are you saying that you didn't get refunded? You're saying they kept your money? That's crazy. Because I don't even think I saw that money. I think that went to some sort of like stupid rental company then. I actually vaguely remember this. Oh. Ho-ho! You know, that house is still available if you ever want to. We're still renting it out. You can rent it out in the winter. I think it's cheaper in the winter. There it is. Ooh. You know, it's even better. You ought to, if you know me, like through YouTube, what you ought to do is rent it directly through me. You ought to say, hey, go, because what I can do when it's my own building, I can go to like Airbnb or to my property manager, and I can tell them I'm renting it for personal purposes to myself. And then we can cut out basically the extra. There's a property manager fee. There's a cleaning fee. There's all these fees. We can kind of cut out some of these fees and just lower the price. Yeah, so that's a little bit possible. I don't know if that's such a good idea though in the long run, but you know, something I've thought about. This, your house and you got nothing. Shake my head. Me and my boy were going to meet you. He grew up listening to you, and no, I didn't ask for it back. Ah, you know what's tough about that though is I don't think I got. If I got any of that money, I don't think I saw much of it. I think most of that just went to the rental company. Here it is. All right. Very nice. Well, I thank you anyways, because maybe, I don't know, maybe some of that did get to me. I'm not sure. I remember it saying canceled, but I don't remember getting any money for that. I wonder how that works. I don't like that. I don't like that you didn't get your money back from. I think we were with Vacasa at the time. That's the property management company that did it. We ended up not liking them. They were really greedy. Vacasa was super greedy. So now we have this property manager, and he's just he kind of works with a partner. It's just him and his partner, and that's it. So they're a little more scrappy-do, and they don't have as fancy of a website as Vacasa, but they don't take as much, and they're a bit more flexible. You know what I'm saying? All right, not bad. Picking up a nice etched alternative art or whatever this would be from the OP10s. Cool, man. And you got this etched Dawn card, too. So that would be from the PRB2s. Now, you didn't get anything from the Poke Shuffles, and you want a round of shipping. Let's set that up. Okay. How do we get going to the OP13? How do we get going to the OP13, says Mr. Eli Garcia. So over here, this is called a box break, and it's for OP13. I should say box break on it to be clear. This is for a whole box of English OP13. And what's going on, 13 people go in, but only one guy walks out with the whole box. So really, it's a way to lose a lot of money if you want. Like Edward's in here twice already, so he's in for $80. He's going to open 2 custom boosters that I make up, and only one guy is going to walk away with the trade card that gives you the whole box. So, yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, go for it. You can always just go buy OP13 packs from me. I mean, you can buy them individually, you can buy a whole box, or you can participate in this break if that's your thing. That's what I've learned over time is people really generally like this for some reason. They just have more fun with it that way. So it's like a form of entertainment. If this break is not on the menu on the website, then you need to use this thing called a custom payment. Let me show you, okay? It's called a custom payment. And it's right here. Custom payment. So you'll click on custom payment and send however much you need to send, and then just explain what you're buying. So a lot of people who are used to the old style of buying stuff know exactly how this works, you know. So you would send in $40 through custom payment and say OP13 box break or something in the notes. That's how you would do it, okay? Now, Mr. Ben, you've got a bag over here. Ta-da! Oh, that's Benjamin Gomez. So, Mister, how would I go about regrading the 9.5 manga? Well, we'd need to crack it out, and then after it's cracked out, we would need to just send it off to PSA. That's it. Now, if you don't want to crack it out, you could do a thing called an actual cross grade. But BGS slabs are so easy to break, I think breaking it out is a better strategy. It's cheaper. It is. All right. Okay. Whereas a cross grade's pretty expensive. Cross grade is where we don't break it out. We send it to PSA as is. There you go. All right. We are ready to begin Mr. John Lucas's gigantic OP14 order. He wants 9 of them, 9 boxes. That's a lot. We got 2 in the room with us. So Whipple says, I'm just nervous of cracking it out and taking the risk of damaging the card. So I cracked them out for $5 myself. So if you want me to crack the card out, you can have me do it. I'm pretty good at it. I don't think I would mess up a BGS card. BGS is pretty easy, actually. The really tricky ones appear to be CGC and Tag. I don't actually crack a lot of CGC cards. I never need to because CGC is like the last place you grade with. They hand out the, in my opinion, they hand out the easiest 10s. So by the time your card grades 10 or less with them, you just go, all right, time to liquidate. John Lucas, box number 1. Good luck on the OP14s. It's a small chance, but it's not 0. Yeah. I can sell you insurance when I crack it. If you want to pay extra for insurance, I don't know. It's OP13. Okay, yeah, okay, you scared me. John Lucas is opening boxes of OP14. Okay. That'd be interesting to sell insurance on cards that I'm cracking for you, because if I make a mistake, I'm forced to pay you out. That's kind of what PSA does anyways. PSA insures everything, right? Well, you pay that insurance when you work with them. Now, at that point, you really have to wonder, why not just send the card into PSA for the cross grade then? At that point, you might as well just do that. There we go. Yeah, I've thought about selling insurance directly through my company, directly to you. Insurance, if you really think about what it is, it's a gamble between me and you about whether something bad will happen. That's all insurance. Same with health insurance, car insurance. Haha, Mister put the break history in the wrong one. What? Tammy, you know I would never. Tammy, you come walk a mile in my Louboutins, Tammy. It's busy over here, okay? I'll let you know once it comes back. The front desk guy at the hotel I'm staying at tonight just got back from a Buck Pokemon event. A Buck? What? Man, I love to... Let's put this here. Oops. Let's see. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. And here's... Haha! Nami full art, alternative art. Oh my god, all right. Okay, okay. Genetically modified Nami. Here's an SR. Missed the Dawn card. Good catch, good catch. Oh, I thought maybe it was that. He said I missed the Dawn card. You sure about that? That's not the Dawn card. You messing with me, Fredericks? Let's see what we got here. We got the SR. Did you guys catch the new emoji, Santa Mahi? Oh, that's a leader card. Here's every King Kabuto needs a Queen Kabuto. I've got a Kabuto for sale. Sorry. Did you guys know I had a Kabuto for sale? I'm going to show you my Kabuto for sale. Sorry, Blackest and Card tricked me. Did he just say black? All right. Mm-hmm. The BBC Big Black Card, huh? Give me a moment. Wow, this takes forever to load for me. I'm going to show you guys my Kabuto. So I got this Kabuto listed up. But I know it's not going to sell. It's listed to kind of show it off. There we go. This card right here. Did you guys see this? It's listed for only... it's listed for $25,000. But there it is. So I thought that this was one of the best looking Kabutos, which is why I own two of them. And yeah, it's a nice card. Fingerprints on charcoal black. So I had this listed through PSA for $25,000. It's very stupid. I really don't think you'll sell. And I just wanted to show it off as all. There it goes. All right. If you list it too cheap, it'll probably sell. That's the problem. So you can't show it off otherwise. Toss that away. Here's a hollow. Ooh. Tell Kabuto King. Here's a hollow. Here's a hollow. I don't think he'd be buying that one. He'd want to focus all of his money into just the first edition. Hopefully they take the bait. Well, I'm not going to cry if it sells for $25,000, which seems like an absurd amount of money. But of course, I really don't think it will sell for that much. And what I think will happen is I'll just retain the card, which is fine with me anyways. It's a really cool vending series card. I'm all into that vending series, right? I'm not into Kabuto in particular, but the vending series cards are awesome. Bah, here's the Dawn card. Haha. And here's a hollow card. I've always thought Kabutops was pretty cool, though. I had Shining Kabutops growing up as a kid. He was a really good artwork. Okay, he's another one of those, like, scary, tough Pokemon. Ooh. Box number 2. Shibwink. All right. OP13 is selling foin. Okay. Ready? Did you see the eBay listing of one of every Pokemon pack for $1 million? One of every Pokemon pack? God, dude. Snip this. And we'll snip this. And we'll snip this. And we'll snip this. I'll buy it. Okay. All cold packs. What? Who's getting all cold packs? What are you talking about? Oh, the one, the $1 million? Yeah. I mean, you're not going to recoup your $1 million, that's for sure. Unless you were to pull, like, Charizard, I guess. You have to pull the chase card out. Ooh. Konnichiwa. Okay, very normal-sized breasts on this character. And it's already 6:30. My God, dude. How's it already 6:30? Time's going by too fast. Mr. The slab I gift to Rockstar. You should drill it and put it in his box. You should drill it and put it in his box. The card I gift to Rockstar. Oh, my God. Taking me a minute to process what you were saying there. Rockstar Mahi. We've been dabbing on Mr. Rockstar Mahi this whole time. He's so pushy. He called me a bad person. He's called me a lot of names, actually. I think he was telling me not to redeem it or something like that. I don't know. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Yeah, you get really mad when I was like not giving him like super expensive Pokemon cards for free. I was like, damn, dude, this kid's aggressive. He called you an idiot. Yeah, he called me an idiot a bunch. It is. Dang, dude. What happened to the niceness facade? Hey, bro, please, bro. We're bros, bro. No, but I have a lot of fun with him. He's every now and then something like that happens on the channel, and it's sort of like it's like a time period you don't forget. Remember, I bought him a slab. That's why you should drill the slab. Ah, I see. You got it, man. We could do something like that. We are. Here's a holo. And here's... Please, bro. Whoa. Nice looking Luffy card popping out. Okay. Mister's mean. Code kids are turning on us. Codes! Yeah, the advent of the code kid. All right, now, if you'll excuse me, we got to go get 9 more of these, okay? Not 9 more, 7 more of these. I'll be back, everybody. Be good. Please, bro, please. All right, there we go. 7 of these. I feel like one of those girls who's bringing like a bunch of beer to the table. There you go. Got all these in my arms. Okay, 7 more, everybody. Get comfortable. It's going to take a minute. All right. So we'll place this over here. Okay. And let's start snooping. Ready? Trying to clear my head today. No problem, man. Hang out as much as you want. You are? Okay. pass on this. We're going to snip of this. Time to sneak. Can you run the Oddish break still today? I bought the last spot, says Tizzy. I would love to run the Oddish break. So you bought 3 out of the 4 spots. Ooh, that's risky. So basically, you have a 1 in 4 odds of completely paying for the card for the other guy. But very high odds that you take the Oddish card, $35 off, basically. Since you bought that last spot, maybe what we can do is take a quick break from opening up these boxes for Mr. John Lucas and finish off the Oddish for you real fast. Yeah, 25% chance to donate on an awful lot of money. Good luck on that, okay? You ready to lose that? You got to be ready. Mentally, you got to be ready to lose all that money. That's the truth. Because every 4 times, if you think about it, if you hosted this break 1,000,000 times and participated the same way 1,000,000 times, on average, every 4 breaks, you would lose the break. That's how those odds work. Okay. Okay. There's Gloofy. Here's Gluffy. His name's Gluffy. Okay. We've got it. Do you ever think you're going to set up a nice display or something in your house as part of your collection and like the acrylic showcases? You know, as much as I'd like to, I feel much better when my valuable items are sitting in the vault. So, you know, I'll get my items out to show them off in the stream, but I prefer for them to be locked up. maybe I'll make a display case with the goal of trying to make the coolest display case, you know. But in terms of just raw value, I don't like my stuff to be sitting out. I like to have it locked up at the end of the day. Yeah. Anyone got Christmas-themed Pokemon slabs to display for Christmas? The Christmas time of year, there's magic in the air. Ooh. If I win the Squirrel slab, please drill it and put it into Mahi's bag. The Squirrel. The squirrel's been pulled. It went to Mr. Matthew T. Matthew T pulled the Squirrel. In fact, I think there's a new trade break already, isn't there? Did I pick a new one out? Yeah, it's the Slowpokes, the new trade break. Yes. I just have my Burger King gold cards on display. Burger King gold cards. There we go. So I'm placing his hollows to the side for now. Mr. John, I'm placing them to the side. You've pulled this so far. You pulled the fat ballerina or whatever she is, the junk in the trunk, the muffin top, I think that's the term. Let's pull this out real fast. So this is the Oddish break, and this is the new trade slab, by the way. Now, you can buy into this or trade for it. Now, the Oddish. Take a look at this real fast, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and service the Oddish now so that you don't have to wait till the end of the stream to see the outcome. Okay. I'll get the rest of your order later, though. The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man, who lives on Drury Lane. Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! John Lucas. Okay, wait a second. We got to grab these out of the back of here. There it is. Why does that little Muffin Man clip play in my head so much? Tizzy? Harry Potter skins are out for Fortnite. Oh, no, they're so going to ruin that show, man. They're going to ruin it. There's no way they don't ruin. There's no way they don't ruin Harry Potter. All right, here we are. I feel sorry for the UK. All right. So, it goes. I spent too much for the last season. Give me a number. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. 2. Fix this camera a little bit. Okay, 1, 2. And here are the names. There's Austin. He gonna snipe it from you, bro. Your odds are 1 in 4 that he snipes it. It's kind of terrifying. All right. Do you know the... I got all the Simpson skins. All right, give me a number. The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. 3, 1, 2, 3. And so it begins. Tizay. Cold. Oh. Tizay. Woo! Now you can sigh a breath of relief, Mr. Tizay. In fact, you do snipe it. You had a 3 and 4 odds. Of course, you could have lost it. That's Mr. Austin. He was right next to it, bro. He was so close. He wasn't off by 2 or off by 3. You and him were right next to that pole. So you almost had it there, Austin. It was real close. All right. Wow. Tizzy, I'll assume you want the Oddish instead of the signature card. Somebody will trade for the signature one day. I know it. I just know it. Albert says, dang, congrats. So this is the Oddish break we hosted today in honor of marijuana becoming a Schedule 3 drug. So that's what it says on this slab. You can wash this off if you don't like it. But the card itself is pretty good. This is Hidden Legends 10 Oddish Yukimori. It's one of the Yukimoris. See, she's famous for her little clay Pokemon dolls or whatever you want to call it. So that is a Yukimori artwork. And from 2004, Hidden Legends, which is part of the EX era, the Gold Star era. Pretty cool. They are doing South Park soon. You are? That break is over. Should I mention it over here in this channel over here? Will Tammy get mad at me? Let's see. So let me grab current breaks. And I'm going to grab all this. Tammy's going to make fun of me if I do this wrong. Oddish break at the 87-minute mark. I don't think that was even needed. I think everyone's here. So that was not even needed. Now, John Lucas, back to John Lucas. How many boxes did we open for him so far? Okay, it says here we've got 6 more boxes for him. Is that correct? That means we've already opened 3. Okay. I'm going to get a Mr. Slave skin. Oh, jeez. Mecha skins suck. I heard Arc Raiders is good. Boop. I don't know what this music is, but I'm liking this way better than the Nintendo Christmas music. Wow, we're at 75 viewers, but only 23 likes. So what that really tells me is if I don't mention to like the stream, we don't get that many likes. It's kind of an interesting piece of information. Okay. See. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Any good hits so far from this order? For the OP13 John Lucas order, we're 3 boxes in. This is box number 4, I think. And so far, no mangas. I can tell you that. No case hits, it seems. All right, what we got? Here's a hollow. We are on our last case of OP14, unfortunately. I guess I didn't order enough. I had the impression that OP14 wasn't popular. But I think One Piece in general is becoming very popular. Mr. John Lucas, if you're rewatching this, we also ordered another case of Weiss Nikkei. That's on its way in. Some other guys wanted to buy some Weiss Nikkei, so when it arrives, it might get open right away. Ooh. Boop. Here's, oh, let's grow. Boop. Have you guys considered opening any Weiss products on the menu? Check out the Weiss products. They're all on sale. Those are on sale Weiss products. They are at extremely competitive prices, like even below eBay prices sometimes. Been seeing a lot of people. Oh, I already read that. Hold on. Here we are. Let me hit refresh on this. There it is. Been seeing a lot of people claiming they're dropping Pokemon investing for One Piece investing. Here it is. Here's holo. It's the sneakerheads, bro. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Maybe Pokemon became so expensive, people are kind of bowing out of it to a certain degree and just looking for something else. Here's a holo. Holy Nami. Holy. Okay. Okay. Remember when everyone thought, like, Metazoo was going to the freaking moon? Remember that? And I was staunchly like, you are wrong. I want people to remember that even when Metazoo was selling at outrageous prices, I was saying, this is a poor choice. There we go. Okay. Oh. I do like a nice pair of shoes. Mind you, it seems like people saying that are super modern people who jumped in last year with the prismatic storm. Yeah. All right. There we go. How was the McDonald's Pikachu doing right now? I like him. I actually think that he has a potential to kind of bounce in price. Higher than 50, actually. One Piece has been around for 25 years. Vastly different from Metazoo. Now, I'm not claiming that One Piece is bad. You might have misunderstood. I wasn't comparing One Piece to Metazoo. That wasn't a parallel between them. I was just thinking about other modern time period like card sets that jumped suddenly, and Metazoo came to mind, and I was telling myself, oh man, you remember that? Yeah, One Piece like blew up. Not One Piece. Metazoo like blew up because of Logan Paul and King Gary Pokemon, and then it just crashed. But what was so interesting about it is how wrong everyone was about it. How wrong. Like, I remember the one guy, what's his name? Alpha Investments or something like that. I remember him pushing that product, and it pushed it as well. He was part of the hype train. The hype train died down, and then the company went extinct. It is. Can I pay to grade a McDonald's Pikachu? Pikachu. You probably could pay something that would make sense, but I think it would make more sense for me to just send them out a little bit at a time to grade. It is. You're looking for one of those McDonald's Pikachu's. Here we are. See, I think there's actually a great demand for them. Imagine everyone bought like 2 or 3 of them because they're all hodling. And it turned out they don't reprint them in English. And they don't print them in Chinese. And it turns into just this sort of like Japanese exclusive card. If that happens, and it is a gamble, if that happens, the story on that Pikachu is going to be that he was once upon a time way underpriced. He's going to shoot up. He's going to go to like 150 at least. Whoa! I've been missing them every time you put them up. Yes, the Pikachus. Well, we got more coming back, though, okay? We got more of those coming back. They're trickier to get a hold of. I tend to put them into breaks. Like right now, I think there is one in the live customs, but you have to get lucky and pull it. There's also one in the Poke Shuffles, if you didn't know that. There's one in the Poke Shuffles, but it's ungraded. But if you pull it, I then send it out to grade for you. According to PokeBeach, they're making another Pokemon card printing factory to keep up with card demand. Yes, we were talking about that a bit earlier in the stream. I think that that's ultimately a very good thing. Once upon a time, I was a scalper, like a true scalper, for a video game toy called Skylanders. Who remembers that? Does anyone remember Skylanders? I didn't play it. It was a kid's game. I was a full-grown adult, not an adult, but I was like 21 years old or something like that. So this game must have come out like 15 years ago or something, right? Oh my gosh, I still have so many Skylanders. Yes, and there was a horrible scalping problem with them, and I was a contributor to that. I ran an eBay store at the time, and I was young, trying to save up to go to college. I was working at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola would send me to places like Target and Walmart every day. And I had a route that included multiple Targets and multiple Walmarts. So I'd hit up like 2 stores each, and I'd keep an eye on their rotations of products. That was how I ran my eBay store. I'd do Skylanders, I did graphic t-shirts, I did clearanced video games, I did whatever. But it was part of my rotation. And so I understood very well what was in season and out of season in the retail stores. And I knew what things were scalpable. And Skylanders was at the top of the list. It was really insane. I would buy these Skylanders for like $8 retail, and then they'd sell online for like $40. It was so much money. Eventually, this kind of slows down, and they announced Skylanders 2, and of course, I don't play this game at all. I don't play it. I don't care about it. In fact, I've seen the gameplay, and I thought it was terrible. But I'm just making bonkers amounts of money reselling these little toys, right? Like, how do you think I saved up $20,000 to go to school? Because I was working pretty much 2 jobs all the time. I was just a really, really, really hard worker. And I was a hardcore saver. Actually, that hurt my relationship at the time. I had a relationship with the girl. She wanted to go on vacations and stuff. I was like, nope. No, we're making money because we're poor. But I remember all that. It was like roid rage, except for money instead of with working out. And we're working Skylanders. Skylanders 2 is coming out. I remember this. And I'm all super excited. I've got my credit card ready. It's cleared. It's ready to go. I'm ready to fill it up with Skylander toys. I am ready to scalp. I'm a professional Skylanders scalper at this point. Skylanders 2 comes out. The new action figures are very good looking. They got the same concepts. They got like these rare versions. You know, they got exclusives just like last time. And the set comes out, and let the scalping begin. I head off to Toys R Us because it still existed back then. Here's Crocodile. Crocodile, Mr. John Lucas. Crocodile is your hit. I head off to Toys R Us, and I spend hundreds of dollars scalping Skylanders. But I was really surprised because when I got there was a lot more than I expected. The shelf was actually full. And I was like, wow, the shelf is full. Because you almost never saw that with Skylanders 1. You never saw full shelves. Shelves were always empty. And I felt like this was a very important part of selling Skylanders, was that the shelves were always empty. Skylanders 2 comes out. The shelves are all full. I go to Walmart. The shelves are full. I go to Target. The shelves are full. I go to eBay to list the ones that I brought home. They can make like $1 to $2 of profit now. And I'm like, ooh, that's not very good. But I'm thinking, okay, well, that's okay. This is the initial launch of the product. There's just a lot of it available. No problem. It'll soon be scalped, and soon I'll be making money again, right? So I'm stocking up. I got my credit card filled with Skylanders. This is a true story, everybody. And then I notice on eBay when I'm listing, oh my God, I am actually competing against Target and Toys R Us on eBay. At that time period, you could buy directly from Target and directly from Toys R Us on their eBay accounts. Yeah, they had eBay accounts. They didn't really do their own websites as much. And so all of a sudden, Skylanders are like, they're sort of like pegged to a retail price. Like, you couldn't beat them. They had a supply of it, and it was like $9 per action figure, and they never ran out. They just didn't run out. They had it listed on eBay. I couldn't beat them. So you know what I had to do? I had to take all those Skylanders that were on my credit cards, hundreds of dollars worth, by the way, and I had to go back to Toys R Us and return all of them. That's a true story. I did that in the past. I'd return all those Skylanders. And I thought what once was going to be a big payout was instead sort of like a gotta return all these, you know, Skylanders mess. And the Toys R Us return lady wasn't happy to see me. She was like, you're returning all this? You know, it was like kind of embarrassing. But we got it all returned. And it was such a wasted effort, you know. There was so much time wasted doing that. Let's grab the next box. So the reason that that's such an important story is because I learned years ago about what a scalping market feels like and what it feels like when the companies produce enough toys to keep up with demand. The scalping market completely implodes. It all melts down. And even the hype dies around the product. Did you know that? When people when people see that the store shelves are full, they go, oh, this isn't special. When people see the store shelves are empty, they go, I gotta have it. So there's a certain downward spiral that occurs when the companies ironically produce enough toys for everybody. When anyone can get it, it's no longer special. And then no one wants it anymore. There's a downward spiral effect. And you're going to see that happen with Pokemon again, probably. And I already know it'll probably happen, because one day these companies they'll be super tired of 40-year-old unemployed basketball shorts guys like me buying up their cards and reselling them for profit. So they're going to make enough of them that it's very hard to do that unless you have distribution. So only like real Pokemon card shops, official ones, will have the ability to make money on Modern. That's where it's heading. And I already know that. And I'm prepared for it. And so that's how it's going to work in the future eventually. And this news of them buying the warehouse or whatever, the space for the warehouse, is no surprise. 2025 was a surprise, and I was fast to move. You got to move when the iron's hot, you know. But yeah, there's going to be an eventual slowing down. And this will be true for most trading cards. It'll be true for One Piece. It'll be true for Dragon Ball. It'll be true for Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Weiss Schwartz. Their printing capacity is much higher than your wallet size. Pokemon can print so many cards that it utterly destroys the rarity of them and the collectability and the scalpability. And so it's really just a matter of time, because these companies, they didn't intend for a scalper market. They didn't want that. And so I'm always just waiting for it, just kind of waiting for it to happen. And again, that's all comes from experience from the past. I learned about this already. I already know about it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thank God they're leaving. I can finally find product in stores without fighting people. I used to do the same thing with Beanie Babies. Yeah, I remember Beanie Babies, but I didn't scalp back then. I was too young. Then he became the Pokemon Master Scalper. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to call myself the Master Scalper, but I certainly understood what was going on. You know, when you walk by the shelves in a Walmart or a Target and it's empty, you know that there's a scalper market occurring. And, you know, there's a sort of frenzy that occurs around the product during that time period that's very special. It's a very special frenzy where people are so determined to get some product because it's so exciting to get some and say, hey, I got some. This all goes away when the store shelves are finally filled again. So one day the store shelves will be filled. They won't be out of Pokemon product. And the people who will be making the money will be the retail shop like Target and Walmart, and the Pokemon card company who sells them 5 million cases of Pokemon product. Oh, yeah. Look at that. But I don't know. Pokemon might be clever about it. They might very carefully make sure they never print too much. You know, what it should feel like is like you can get the product, but like it's just about sold out. That's probably the optimal amount. Here's Mr. Mihawk or Mihawk, pulled as your SR. If Mr. did Pokemon instead of Skylanders, he'd be mega rich. Well, nobody even talked about Pokemon back then. Pokemon was not in the news. Skylanders was. Skylanders were going nuts. I used to do a lot of tricks back then. Back then, here's one of the tricks I would use. I'd buy big Skylander, like, promotional sets that would come with multiple toys, and then I'd break it apart into pieces and sell it into individual pieces. I did this with Legos, too, by the way. Yeah, I made, I don't remember how much I made back then. I would make like $1,000 bonus a month from my eBay store, just from selling graphic t-shirts and Legos and clearance items, clearance electronics. I still have leftover stuff I could show you. I could show you the stuff that never sold. Would you guys like to see that? It sits downstairs right now. Anyways, yeah, I made like an extra bonus $1,000 a month through that online eBay store. I think some months were really good and some were a little slower, maybe. Check GameStop site. Mister, don't you kind of scalp now? I mean, isn't any reseller scalper by definition? Here's what I don't do, okay? Here's what I don't do. Are you ready? So I do not go to Walmart and Target to clear off their shelves like you see in the viral clips. You ever see that? It'll be a viral clip. Be a bunch of guys, maybe in their 30s, maybe in their 40s, balding. And they'll be wearing flip-flops, and they're wearing, you know, gym shorts, basketball shorts, and they run like Teletubbies over to the Pokemon card shelf because there was a restock. And then everyone greedily grabs the cards off the shelf, and it's like really goofy. I don't do that. That is not what I do. So I just get some product and we place it up here, and I offer a service that I think is very similar to DoorDash, actually. I think what we do is similar to DoorDash. Here it is. We sell a lot of vintage. I host a lot of breaks. You got to have a host for a break. Here's a holo. So, but yeah, I mean, you could, if you're really annoyed at the Pokemon market, you can call anyone you want a scalper. You can call every rip and shipper a scalper. Technically, what you can argue is every rip and shipper is increasing demand for the product, and he or she acts as a middleman. But again, I actually think rip and shipping is a real industry because it allows for a social group, like a bar, to exist. And I think you have to have a host for that. So I think that it's a legitimate business structure. And it was a lot more profitable back in 2020, 2019, 2021. Now it's not quite as profitable. So you don't really get rich doing this anymore. Unless you're like, oh, look at that. That's cool, man. I like the deep blue color here. That's cool. So you don't get... Back in 2021, you definitely got very wealthy, like importing cards from Japan and stuff like that. And that's not so true anymore. Here it is. You know what is doing very well for me, though, is I've had all this product for so long, and now it's sort of, you know, gone up in price over time. So last night, for example, we sold some Evolving Skies, and I think they were selling at like $55 or $60 per pack, right? Well, we had purchased the whole box for only $140. So just 3 packs have paid for the whole box. That's pretty insane. And so whenever I do fully liquidate some Evolving Skies cases, you know, we'll be picking up a profit from that. We go, all right. So, John Lucas, we're coming closer to the end here. You got 1 box left. Oh, we are. I wanted to spin that. I'm going to set your hollows over here. You got a whole stack of hollows, by the way. Wow. That's a lot of cards, man. Mister, you got it wrong. I don't run like a Teletubby. I put my Rascal in four-wheel drive. Yeah? Supposedly, scalpers are panic selling and claiming the market is crashing. I don't know about all that. You know, when you look at the stock market or crypto or anything, it goes up, and then it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. Overall, though, it tends to go up. And that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Because overall, humans are out there being productive. So you get another paycheck, and then later you get another paycheck, and after that you get another paycheck, and then you get another paycheck. So, you know, I guess Pokemon could go to zero. Teletubbies is a perfect example of a failed investable collector's item. But, I mean, when you really look at Teletubbies, when you really look at Beanie Babies, when you really look at them, they really were just some junky, you know, stuffed animals. They weren't even that good. It is. And, you know, yeah, I know, it's not Teletubbies. The Beanie Babies sort of revealed the ache, the desire to have a real collectible with good quality to it. Pokemon's almost like the ultimate collectible item because it's quite literally designed for collecting. You've got to catch them all, right? 1,000 different designs. You got anime, you got movies, you got mangas, you got multiple video games. It's a strong franchise. Hard to displace. What else is going to be like it? What else is going to be gotta catch them all, you know? Final Fantasy's okay. One Piece is not bad. But I mean, even this show has a limited number of characters. You know? Pokemon, though, 1,000 different characters. Damn. You know, it's got so much to work with. You can go in so many different directions. And then they go out there and they produce new ones. So Pokemon's really good. The Labubus now is the new Beanie Babies. Yeah, Labubus. That was pretty predictable, I guess. I don't know. Labubu was nuts. Let's see. One Piece has far, far more characters than Pokemon. Now, they have a lot more people, like actual humans or whatever. Pokemon's got more creatures, though. So if you want to talk about, you know, a collectible card series that involves made-up animals, Pokemon wins. Just does. Here's a holo. Hey, Troy, just clear my head today. Who remembers the cursed Furbies? Yeah, Furbies, they were a scalped item for like 1 year. But yeah, so that's my story of learning about scalping back in my early 20s. I learned it from scalping Skylanders. Ooh. Whoa! Look at that. Okay. And here's a holo. Here's a holo. I learned about scalping before that point from old men who used to come to Target when I worked at Target. And they'd run to the Hot Wheels aisle, and they taught me they were looking for the rare Hot Wheels. And I said, oh, that's a thing. And they're like, yeah, we just show up here every time you guys restock the Hot Wheels, and then we just list them up on eBay. I was like, whoa. I'd learned about eBay by working with my dad in a home business. They still make cursed Furbies on Etsy. It's a huge market. Damn. Labubu breaks when? How many more boxes do you have left of OP14? I can't disclose the exact count, okay? It's too close to searching, okay? All right, there we go. Storyline for each character is better in One Piece, and many characters can have their own spin-off series. All right, so obviously no manga. Obviously no manga this time. I think this is a little bit of a rough round almost. Here we go. But let's take his hits out, the main hits. We are. What time is it? It's 7:05. I'm gonna rush to get as many orders as I can done, but I'm supposed to be done right now. 7:05 that's closing time. I'm supposed to be done by 7. Let me just take a look at the queue and see how bad it is, okay? Whew. No worries, is it the last case? It is the last case. We have no more cases after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. So that is it. Crazy. I wonder if you graded all these and they all graded 10, if this would net you back your cost. I bet not. I bet you'd need to grade some of these SRs too and get 10s on those as well. Mr. John Lucas. So does John have a... Yeah, he does. He's got a box. John, the real question is, what do I do with all your hollows, huh? You got a lot of hollows. That's more so the information I was looking to get. There we go. Yeah, no more cases of OP14. I think for OP14, I ordered just 6 cases. I normally order 8. But I wasn't confident with this set. Okay. Give them to me. I love. Give what? Oh. 1 and a 2. Thank you so much, John Lucas. That was an $800 order, everybody. A John Lucas order. Damn. Some of the biggest orders we get. All right, let's take a look at the queue. We have Ivan Rodriguez, Pikachu. Ivan, does that happen to be that nice little Pikachu we ran into? Where'd he go? Here he is. This guy right here, huh? Okay, I believe he needs to be removed from that channel, too. Okay, great choice, by the way. Tizay, 5 destined rivals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Mr. Tizay. Yeah, it's the end of the stream here, guys. We got to wrap up. Daytime stream was plenty busy, man. It was busy. What time is it? 7:08? Thinking about what I ought to do for dinner for Karis. I'll take the hollows. No need for those hollows. Let me go ahead and grab the Regirock. All right. Very nice. And here's Spidey Ops. I'll buy a few boxes, mister. I'll wait for the nighttime stream, says Mr. Whipple. Going for the snipe, huh? We are. Here's Yen Mega. Thank you so much for the big order, Mr. John Lucas. You might be interested in sniping those boxes as well. Okay. There we have it. That's for Tizay with triple Z's. Tizay. Tizay, did you have a bag already? You would be... Oh, we have a TI box. So weird. We have a TI box like we used to get a lot of TI orders or something. Seems really specific. Can donate them. You're donating these. Aw, you're too kind, man. Appreciate it. Yen Mega Reggie Rock. Rawr. Let me put this here. Thank you so much, man. Congratulations on the Oddish, by the way. Christopher Houghton, 3 Terra Festivals, Japanese. Terra Festival, Japanese. Okay, I'm wrapping up as fast as I can to go have dinner now, guys. Okay. It's my own fault for not starting earlier, if you think about it. But again, I was helping the Como Electric guys. They were over here installing fiber internet. We're about to get rid of Spectrum, everybody. Not only are we going to have fiber, but it's cheaper too. Here's Vaporeon. We pay $120 per month with Spectrum. We're going to have to pay $95 a month with Como Electric. How crazy is that? Better internet and cheaper. Spectrum is worse internet at a higher price and slow service. That's for Christopher Houghton. It's not a snipe if I get the rest of the boxes. It's kind of a snipe. All right, so Christopher Houghton, your bag is over here. It's a type of snipe. Here we are, based on the way cases work. All right. Okay. So we have a Zach order for a box of OP14. So Mr. Zach, I'll be servicing that tonight, okay? I'm also going to do Mr. David Hernandez's shipping tonight, I think. And let me just check the website now. So the website has an order from, I think, a Ben Garcia order. Box of OP9 or 24 packs. Do I have a box of OP9? I thought we sold out of OP9. Is that still on the website? I'm pretty sure that's sold out. Let me check the other room, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out. All right, so OP9 is not available, I'm pretty sure. It's on the YouTube menu. Let me look at it. Maybe we have like 5 packs left somewhere. OP9, $5. Oh, okay, so I likely have an open box of it somewhere. Let's see. Is this it? No. I apologize, I'm not seeing it. All right, so the problem is I feel like I remember selling out of it. So there's none in the other room either. OP9. Looking around. I apologize, but OP9 is sold out. I vaguely remember it selling out because we were on our last box anyways. I bet you what happened. We sold the rest of it and I failed to write sold out. Or maybe I did write sold out, but then the menu got changed when I went to the next stream, basically. Let me write you down real fast. All right, so this should say $120. So Ben, you've got some time to think about what you want to do. Here it is. That's a store credit, Ben Garcia. But yes, the OP9 is sold out, so you'll be able to choose something else if you prefer. We got OP13, I think is like 21. I'd be willing to do $20 per pack on OP13 for you. And then that one's real popular, the English OP13, by the way. And then there's OP14, but that could be sold out based on whatever these guys just put in for, if they put in for it at all. And then there's EB3. I have a decent amount of EB3 left. So lots of EB3 left. And then there's a decent amount of EB1 left as well if you go after EB1. All right. And so we've updated the YouTube menu. I apologize for that, man. I know that's kind of annoying when something like that happens. Let me see the PayPal order. So Joshua Whipple also asked for an OP14 box. Joshua Whipple asked for 2 more after that. And then Joshua Whipple asked for 1 more after that. So he asked for 4 boxes after that. All right. So that means there's a total of 5 boxes of OP14 sold. And then we have this Nathan order, and he wanted $40 for the Zard break. Just Nathan. All right. It's a good idea to have some kind of first and last name, Mr. Nathan, because it's such a simple name. You'll want to have a more unique identifier. Here we are. Let's get you in here. Great minds think alike. I could buy another box, but I don't know if there's one left. Here we are. Mister, I know you don't collect One Piece holos. Can I buy them for $9? You'd like to purchase the One Piece holographic cards for $9 from potentially. I kind of like getting rid of them and putting them in the bulk. I don't know if I could recommend buying them for $9. I mean, if you really badly want to, I'll let you do it. But in general, we just get rid of them because they're not really worth much. So what I tend to do with them, I just take them and I stuff them in bulk. I don't grade them or anything like that. Because you might be better off just taking another slab home. So 10 Pokey Shuffles for Nathan from Australia. Hello, Nathan. How's it going over there? Let's get you those. He said 10, right? Let's get you those 10 Pokey Shuffles. EB1 would be a good substitute instead of OP9. Okay, so he's recommending EB1. Hopefully there's manga in the OP14 case. We got 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get a bonus card because you bought 10 of them. So that's 11. Yeah, when you buy 10 of these, you get a bonus card. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's your card. You're pulling a Chansey. I feel like we might have added that recently. So you got a nice Chansey coming up. I know this Chansey. You get a choice now. Keep the Chansey or re-roll it. You can re-roll it for 7 spots. So you can keep the Chansey or re-roll 7 spots. Nathan Norman. Okay, Nathan Norman. Good. Mister, that's me. Nice. Okay, no problem, says Mr. Ivan. You can do it, Ivan. I think if you wanted my advice, they're really not worth buying. That's my perspective on them. They're too cheap. I'm still sad Bonnie hit 9.5, but it could be worse. I could have gotten the 8.5 like this, Sanji. Yeah. Reroll. All right, we're going to re-roll then. So this goes back in for 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, back in it goes. Good luck. Re-rolling 7 spots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if you get luckier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh! All right, sometimes that happens too on the re-rolls. Last time we saw a re-roll, a guy re-rolled like $15 into $200. He got like insanely lucky. This time, it's a cold round. Let's do OP1. I think he means EB1. Okay, EB1. Is that right? Give me a moment here. EB1 is $5. So if you send $120 in, that means you got a whole box of it. Let me go get a whole box of EB1. I feel like the new Pokey Shuffle reroll option is an interesting new feature. So, Ben Garcia, you get an EB1. Here goes. Okay. There we go. All right. Ready? Here goes. I'm still sad. Bonnie hit 9.5. Already read that. Ready? Okay. Here's a snip of these. Here's a snip of these. And a snip of these. Good. EB1 all of a sudden is selling. Holographic. Holographic. Holographic but red-haired girl. This guy. Oh my God. You got this, whatever the heck he is. He's got a rose in his mouth. He's got a cool hat. He's showing off his ripped abs. Here's a holo. Here's an SR of the Toshihatsu. I don't remember her name. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Cavendish. His name's Cavendish. Here's a holo. Here's Coat Lady with two sides to her coat. Ooh. We've got a holo. One Piece, guys, let me ask you a question. What's the #1 item you'd like to see added to the menu? Number one One Piece item you think that's missing. Here's a holo. Here's this guy with this sword. Okay. Here's a holo. Older One Piece sets, to be honest, is Mr. Whipple. And here is a holo. Okay. Very nice. Affordable packs. Wonder what the cheapest, what set's currently the cheapest. All right, here you are, Mr. Ben. We need more 2,000 for One Piece cards. Oh, I remember those. I have those now. I have them stacked up, prepared to grade. Here, Mr. Ben. I thought Ben ordered a round of grading. Didn't he order a round of grading? Am I wrong about that? Ben, didn't you order a round of grading earlier in the stream? I swear he did. Yeah, he ordered shipping. All right, we didn't get his shipping done, so we got to ship Mr. Ben Garcia still. Crazy. Let's see. Korean One Piece to rip just for fun. That's an interesting idea. Korean One Piece. I'll take a look into that if you'd like. So tonight, we'll be starting off with Mr. Zach's OP14 and Mr. Joshua Whipple's OP14. And John Lucas says, let's go a little deeper. Can I get 6 OP14s? All right, now I'm sure all the OP14s are sold. OP14 sold out. I might not be able to finish that order, Mr. John Lucas. So, guys, I am going to be hopping off and having dinner now. I'll see you guys for the late night stream for Thursday. All right, see you there. Maybe I'll surprise you with some One Piece cards you didn't know I had.